Hello. So this is the video to explain how to access the point clouds, the Abrena Brain point clouds via the Blue Water Truview cloud. So you have to type in your browser bluewater.truview-cloud.com/welcome. You enter in this, then you get this page. So with the credentials that I gave you, I've sent it by email. So you place your username and the default password that was sent to everyone. In my case, I'm gonna log in with my one. So so you still have a first step. That's once you log in with the default password, you have a second box to choose your own password. Once you log in for the second time, you end up on the main dashboard. That is this one. So the HP point cloud model is divided in 5 files, and all these files they cover pretty much all the vessel. They cover great portions of the vessel. So I'm going to focus on this explanation in the engine room part of the scan, and we go from here. So in this view, it's the main dashboard where you go back very frequently. You will have at the top, this is the portal that where everyone access the portal. Administration menu is only for myself and those settings as well. So anything on regarding your account, I can change if everything goes wrong, or I can just rename passwords or users and or give you new credentials. Anyway, so I'm going to start explaining using the first file. So there are a few ways to access the scans inside this scan. So clicking in the first one, it opens the main view, and the main view opens the top view of this scan. This scan contains a few setups, that is moves of the tripod that they are identified by these red circles. Because this is not native Leica data, it came from a different apparatus, a different scanner. So, and the files that they gave it to us, it was on a converted file E57. E57 has a bug when loaded in Truview that when you zoom in, the red circles they don't scale down, so they go and they get a little bit overlapped. But it's not a big problem for the moment. There's other ways we can access this scan. So, but and they are not even with a number or name, so it's difficult to identify. So we have here the sitemap view that we can just click in one of the scans, and this takes the user to the scanner, to the scan location. You see here the engine room STP09, it's a scan location, it's another setup. And those yellow triangles, they're all setups. We can navigate via this 360 picture cloud, moving from setup to setup. So if I click another setup, so this will load the next setup, and I move from setup to setup. And I orbiting around the point cloud using my left within the left button of the mouse, and I can pan, and with the wheel of the mouse I can zoom in and I can zoom out. The right button of the mouse does exactly the same, the pan, and that's the way you navigate via setups. Or you click the yellow triangles to go to the next one, or you go back to the main view. We try to figure it out, but this is not an option. Or we go to the setups menu, and over here we have the sequence of setups. By default, they are now all engine room. This is the way it was imported, but I'm going to ask the HB team to help me rename all this. So I'm going to produce an Excel table with all these setups, and then we're going to add a name to all these setups. So this will come soon. So I'm going to choose specifically the 06 to work this tutorial. So now I'm loading the setup 06 and I'm going to pause it for a second because it's taking time. Okay, so this is it, it loaded, so I'm going to work this tutorial around this pump. So I'm gonna start to explain all those menus over here. So the first button is just to open all the ribbon. So if I click in the first button, I get the ribbon open with the description of every icon. So I double click, I get it closed. I can move this menu to the right, or I can move it to the left, and I can pin the menu in a way that stays always there. So I'm going to close it to get it a bigger screen. And from here, the first one we have it's to select the layer to view. So select the layer, it gives you a range of layers. If this was native data, then I would get all the layers from the scanner. But because this is imported data, I choose black and white, and we only get one layer. So we'll see this point clouds always in black and white. Mainly this is it. There's nothing more to explain on this one. On the snapshot menu, we have an option to take a snapshot and to add some information to that snapshot. So imagine that we are going to replace this pump. So I'm going to add this information in the Truview cloud, and I will update this information when the new pump will come. Then people have to re-update this information. So, but this is the pump to be replaced. So I'll take a snapshot and I'll call it in the snapshot uh, pump to replace. So once I take the snapshot, I get a new menu that is to add some information to this snapshot. So I can have like a system coordinate to identify where the pump is. Over here I get some information that I can tweak or not. This is self-explanatory. You can do yourself if you want to do this. Um, the temperature, it's in case I had not a black and white model, but a temperature model to just click and identify certain areas. I can add some distance in the picture, so 2 points, and I place the text over here, accept, and then I'll do again the same and accept. I can add some text, place here the content, replace this pump. I can have an indication. So let's see from here. Simple, nothing more. A square. That I can just fill the opacity or not. Imagine that we want to leave this well identified for some reason. I can have the same as an ellipse. And if you want to delete any of these things, you just have